Mike Iaconelli back here to give you more secret tidbits on how to catch a lot of bass. I'm stoked about this one because this is one that I've used for a lot of years. Growing up in the Northeast and having fished a lot of these northern fisheries, this one has really been a staple for me. And it's interesting because for some reason, it stayed in the North. When you talk about this technique, and we're going to be talking about snapping a tube, people know about it in Michigan, in upstate New York, places like that. But as soon as you start getting south, Virginia, the Carolinas, Texas, Florida, even out in California, snapping a tube is still kind of a foreign thing. So I'm excited to let you in on this technique, and it's really helped me over the years catch a lot of fish. And let me let you know that this is not just a smallmouth technique. Sure, absolutely, snapping a tube is phenomenal for smallmouth, but it also is amazing for spotted bass. I've caught them at Lay Lake doing this. I've caught them at Lake Martin in Alabama. It's great for spots. And it is tremendous for largemouth. I've caught them in places like Lake Seminole and Lake Fork, places where you would never think about it. I've caught largemouth snapping a tube. So I'm excited to talk to you about this. You know, snapping a tube is really, to me, if I were going to describe it, it's a more finesse version of stroking a jig. And in stroking a jig, you're using a really big football style lure, a 3/4, 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces, to rapidly rise and rapidly fall to trigger a reaction strike. Snapping a tube is a lot like that. You're going to get a really quick rise and quick fall that will trigger the bass to bite. And you know, there's a big difference between a hunger strike and a reaction strike. Fish that are hungry, that are actively feeding, will come up, they'll inspect the lure, and they'll eat it out of hunger. But a lot of fish, a lot of times that we fish for them, they're not eating. They're not active. It's a cold front. A lot of dudes are fishing. The water's crystal clear. Whatever. And for inactive, non-biting fish, this tube, snapping this tube off the bottom, it's going to make those fish bite. So it has similarities to stroking a jig, but the difference and the beauty of snapping a tube lies in that it is a more subtle finesse approach. And here it goes. This is the magic of snapping a tube. It spirals as it falls. It's really, in my opinion, one of the only baits and techniques that allows a lure to spiral. And you know, when we think about mimicking the natural movement of forage and matching the hatch, that spiraling movement of something falling looks a lot like a dying bait fish, a dying forage. So very amazing technique. It's great all year round. You can fish it winter, summer, spring, and fall. For sure, in my opinion, it's at its best from
Welcome to Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Glusek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.